I'm going to put my intro on so everyone can just hang out here.
Welcome to the Monster Castle Radio Show. For the extreme paranormal listener. And here is your host, the Wolfman Mike.
This is where the real freaks hang out, alright, yeah! Let's get some rock and roll, baby, yeah!
Good evening. Good evening, Igor.
Good evening, Master. We have a treat today. And here is Wolfman Mike.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Good evening. This is the Wolfman Treat, and we got Haunted Texas show. This is where we got the Greater Texas Paranormal Society, hopefully. Yes. Okay. Now, we got some news, some breaking news to start out with, right? Darren, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, we got some breaking monster news. Like, this demonstrates very clearly
Maybe we should wait on this until we get it confirmed.
I want the unconfirmed story for sure.
Well, it's just a political story. Since we have two guests on, do you want to wait till later or do you want to do it now?
Well, maybe wait till Jeff comes on, I guess.
Okay. Let's introduce our guests.
Okay.
We'll leave them hanging. No, stay on.
Yeah, we're here.
This is Harry and Deborah Maxwell from the Greater Paranormal, Greater Texas Paranormal Society. Am I right?
GTPS.
Yeah. They're friends of Mr. Haunted, so that's how I met her, and now I know Harry too. So, can you guys tell us a little about yourselves, and welcome to the Monster Castle Paranormal Radio.
Well, good evening. I'm Harry, and the name is Maxfield. It's Harry and Debbie Maxfield.
Oh, I'm
We're not
sorry.
Maxwell.
Well, we get that all the time anyway.
It's still cool. I like
But
that.
we're here in San Marcos, Texas.
But it's Deborah and Harry, right? Deborah and Harry?
Yes.
So it's like Deborah Harry. That means we should probably play a Blondie song later.
You could do that.
Okay, I'll do that for sure, man. That's funny. But, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible interrupting host.
So we're here in the hill country of Texas in San Marcos, about 40 miles south of Austin. and about 45 miles from San Antonio. And we're the Greater Texas Paranormal Society, founded by Deb. And I'm her tech manager and an investigator, and she's our fearless leader.
Nice. How long have you guys been together?
As a group or as a married couple? Which question are you asking?
As a married couple.
Be 10 years next year.
Were you guys both into the same paranormal stuff when you got together? Or did
No,
she kind of...
only I was.
So you've learned a lot probably in 10 years.
Oh yeah, because it was basically, we would go away for the weekend or do a day trip or something many years ago, but it was always look up some haunted place for us to go to wherever it was we were going.
Were you a believer when you met her?
Not really.
Wow, but you are now.
Well, yeah, because I just took it to the point of I needed to experience something, and whether it was getting touched or seeing things happen, then that makes you believe that it does exist.
Fantastic. On your website here, you talk about the word paranormal. I was wondering what it meant to you guys and the history behind that word, since our show has that in it.
Well, I guess paranormal would be other than the normal.
Yeah, it says it's been in the English language since 1920. Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a new word.
Actually,
that's a fairly new word.
It doesn't really mean anything. It's actually pretty normal to me. Now, paranormal, it suggests that these things should not be occurring. But since they've been witnessed for thousands of years, it is pretty normal, isn't it? It's not really paranormal. So it's not really a good word for it, but it just, sheds light on this strange activity that we're talking about, I guess.
Is San Marcos an old town?
Yeah, it's been around. Well, for example, Texas State University is in San Marcos, and that's been around since around 1860. San Marcos goes way back, though. It's got a lot of history. It's got the San Marcos River, which comes out of the ground here. It runs at a constant 72 degrees year-round for tubing and all kinds of activities, and there's a lot of historic folklore that goes along with the river, and there were a lot of Indian reservations and things like that around the area because of the river.
Where's the river come from?
Just underground aquifer.
And it's been the same. It's like the same height all the time, too. Or
Same height all the time. It comes up here in San Marcos. It comes out of the ground and it flows towards the Gulf. And it's at a constant 72 degrees. It's a year-round recreational type of river. I mean, it's not big and wide. It's maybe only 20, 30, 40 feet in places, but it is just a unique thing to this area. Very popular.
It's kind of magical river in a way.
Some people say that.
That's cool.
Some people say it's haunted.
I was just going to ask, is there any monsters on the river?
Well, there's tales of hauntings along the river here in San Marcos. Supposedly there's a place called Thompson Island, which supposedly has a haunting, and it's just a little spot, in the river type of thing. But that's got some haunted folklore to it. Again, a lot of people just believe that from the water and all the Native American Indian activity in the area over the past hundreds of years that there's a lot of potential spirit activity in the area.
Have you guys been to that island?
No, we haven't actually done the island. We've only been in San Marcos for a year and a half.
Oh, so you got some places to go. Where was Debbie from? Where'd she grow up?
In New Jersey.
Oh, okay. What
We're
made
both
you get
from New Jersey, and we moved here a year and a half ago.
When was your first ghost experience or paranormal experience? What made?
I was about 2.5.
Oh, can you tell
Well,
us
I
what
didn't
happened?
know it at the time. I mean, I thought, I don't know what I was thinking, but with my grandmother's house, my dad was in the Navy, and my mom and I lived with my grandmother, and she lived in a house that had a poltergeist. So things would be arranged like in the pantry in the kitchen, where cans will fall. When you ate dinner, like my grandmother, she believed in all that stuff anyway. My grandmother used to set a dinner setting for this particular spirit so they can sit at the table to have dinner.
Every,
Um, it was
every
weird.
night,
Every night. Yeah.
just for
Yeah.
dinner, not breakfast.
No, just a dinner. Just for
Oh,
dinner.
wow.
And
That-
That's
then
spooky.
then when my dad got out of the Navy, we moved in, we rented a house. And if my grandmother babysat me, I always used to have to sleep with them because the bed would like shake until my grandfather would yell. And I'd be laughing because I didn't know what was going on. My grandfather would yell and say, "Stop it right now." And then, complete silence. So.
Wow.
But I still remember it. My mother and I always used to, talk about it.
So you grew up as that was just normal for you, that there'd be a spirit
Yeah,
at the table.
Yeah, yeah.
Did she still do the? How long did your grandma live? Did you do that until she passed away, or did she always have a spirit at the table, or just in the one house?
Just in that one house.
Was it a friendly spirit, or was it like?
Yeah, it just played jokes on you. It was never mean or anything like that. Till my grandfather, would yell, say, "Stop it," or if it was aggravating, I'm doing stuff. But
So you were
yeah,
never scared of it.
no, mm-mm.
It was more of a playful spirit.
Yeah, because I always laughed, because I didn't know any better. I didn't know it was a spirit. I didn't know.
Did you play games with it?
No, nope. I was mostly like an outside kid. I was always outside.
Did the spirit play with you outside?
No, mm-mm.
It was an
Nope.
inside spirit.
Yeah, I reckon. I mean, it never went outside. I mean, never with me. I don't know about, anybody else that went outside that house. But with me, no.
How long did they own that house?
Oh, geez. They were there, I would say a good 5, 6 years.
I wonder if the people that came in afterwards had the same problem.
I don't know. The place is still standing, actually. Harry and I took a drive past the house, and I said, "Well, that's the house right there." But my grandfather passed away, and so that's why my grandmother moved out of the house. But they were still living there when he passed away.
So when was the next spirit that you saw, and how old were you?
I was about 8 years old, and we lived in these apartment complex in Pleasantville, New Jersey. And then my grandfather, my sister was like 18 months old, something like that. She was in the crib in my room sleeping. And he came to me because we were really close when I was the first granddaughter. So we were always close. And he came to me, and I had a little table chair set in my room, and he sat down on the chair on his lap, and he asked me like my sister. I said I didn't. One or the other. And he just asked me how I was and stuff, and then he says, "Okay, I'm gonna have to go." And he talked me back and okay, more sitting at the kitchen table eating breakfast. I was telling my mom, and she said, "Well, where'd you see him?" I said, "He was in my room." Like I didn't care, I knew who he was. And I knew what he was wearing, exactly what he was wearing. And she's like, "In your room?" I said, "Yeah." He came, so I told her, what was said and everything. And after I left for school, I don't know who my mom got on the phone with. She was like, called out the book. But, like, oh my God, that's all, grandpa or something. She probably called my grandmother, first, I guess, to tell her.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to this day, you still hate your sister.
Yeah.
Aw.
You can't hate people.
I dislike her a lot.
There you go.
That's better.
It's like you're-
There's
it's
one
like you're
person
right.
I could say right now that would be Hillary Clinton that I get close to just hating. But Darren will tell you.
Well, my father came in to tell me, I had a baby sister. I mean, I punched this man. That's how much I wanted a baby brother.
Oh. And you only have the one sibling?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how did that change your life at 8?
When I got a little... Go ahead.
Did you ever doubt again after that, or was it just a certainty in your mind there was more to this life?
Oh, I was certain. Because when I got a little bit older, my mother and I would go like for a drive or something, and then we'll see an abandoned house, and she would like pull in, we go into a house. I mean, that's how my mother was. So I guess I grew up, all around that.
So you were in your teenage years.
Yeah, along with my mom.
So tell us another one. What's the next one that was a big ghost sighting?
Well, we've done like almost 100 investigations so far. I'm trying to pick one in Jersey, actually. Oh yeah, we went to the Absecon Lighthouse. Now the task team was there. We went in after them about 3 weeks after they were there to investigate. And I had a spirit follow me all night long. I mean, it never left my side. And you can just feel the energy like around you. And everything I asked the spirit to do, he did. We had the K2, we did like the flashlight session too. Some people don't believe in that, but it all depends what's happening. I believe in it. But anything that I asked him to do, he did. Everything.
How many things did you ask him to do? Like naming,
knock, and let's see. I was going up. Well, in this lighthouse, we had like different landings, and of course, we're in lockdown on this place also. So
great.
We're going up to the next landing, and I was holding a flashlight at the end. Now this thing never came on until I asked the question. I said, Daniel, can you please, because we got the name Daniel, and that was the first lighthouse keeper. So Daniel was there. So I said, Daniel, I said, it's really dark in here. I said, could you please turn on the flashlight until I get up to the next landing? Boom, flashlight came on, went up to the next landing. I said, okay, thank you. I said, you can turn it off now, and it went off.
Wow.
Then when we were up in the all the way to the top, I had the K2 sitting right next to me on the seat. And I said to Daniel, I said, if you're here with me, I said, you can come sit down next to me. And the K2 lit up. I said, this is a cell phone. I'm going to show you some pictures. So I was going through my pictures and explaining, the phone. And so, and then as we were going down, the flashlight stayed on like the whole time until I got down at the bottom.
Wow. Did you find out some history about Daniel?
Yeah, we did a lot of history. There were a bunch of light keepers there, along with a couple of their wives. So we went through all the names, and then when we got to the name Daniel, that's when the K2 kept like going off. And what else do we have?
How old was Daniel when he passed away?
62?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was there.
Lighthouse was built in the 1800s. and they had like 20 or 25 lighthouse keepers over the years. I think they deactivated the lighthouse like in 1950, so now it's just a historic site. But we had a list of all the lighthouse keepers, so we used that for the process of elimination to, and as far as we could tell, we ended up with the Spirit of Daniel there. The other interesting thing is we went there about a year later for a second investigation. And besides the lighthouse tower itself, they have the original house that was alongside it. And that's now got a museum on the first floor, and they have offices and what have you on the second floor. And we were up on the second floor in the conference room, and it has a really large, massive, heavy oak conference table, probably 4 to 5 feet wide and 15 feet long. I mean, you can't shake it, you can't move it. I mean, it's rock solid. And about 14 minutes into being in the conference room, we had a digital voice recorder on the table. We had a K2 sitting on the table. We had a mini mag light sitting on the table. And about 14 minutes in, all of a sudden, the flashlight starts rolling across the table.
After I asked the question, it started rolling.
So we put the flashlight back.
It sounds like you guys got more activity than the TAPS team.
Well, the TAPS team didn't have a good night. When they were there, it was in the winter. There was a storm. The wind was blowing and stuff. I mean, it was a televised episode, and it just wasn't good conditions. I mean, they didn't have a good night there at all. They didn't come up with much of anything. And the interesting thing was, after that first flashlight roll, about 20 minutes later, we got a second flashlight roll on the table. Again, the same thing, just out of the blue. And we, at that point, we're trying to shake the table, jump up and down on the floor, checking air circulation from the vents. I mean, everything. There was nothing to cause that flashlight to move. But we got that one documented, both times documented on film.
Oh man, that'd be great to see.
Well, if you go to our page, Greater Texas Paranormal Society, and scroll down far enough, it's there somewhere, I think.
Okay. Neat. Debbie, what do you feel like when the ghost is nearby? You said you could tell that the ghost or Daniel was following you up and down. What's it feel like for you? And then does that correspond to your equipment usually?
No, it's just me personally. I just feel something. I guess the energy. Like when we go on house investigations, I can usually walk into a house, and if I feel any type of energy, especially what the client tells you, and usually I'll walk in there cold, by meaning that I've never been inside the house before, and it's the first impression that I get when I walk inside. I can usually tell, and I could tell you which rooms are going to have the activities in. For some reason, I don't know how I do it. I mean, I'm not a medium. I just sense it.
She can't tell you that it's a male spirit or a female or anything like that. She just senses that this is a room that will have activity.
Wow.
That's actually a lot like the way I do it. I sense that something is going to happen, but I don't know it. I know where to look, though.
Mm-hmm.
Same as UFOs. The same feeling where to look in the sky, and I just know. I get the same feeling.
It's weird because, after an investigation, Harry and I stopped at this place we usually go to, which is like a bar and grill or whatever, to get something to eat. So we go in, there was a gentleman that was sitting there, and we had our Greater Texas Paranormal Society shirts on, and the guy looks at me and he says, "Can you read my mind?" And I'm not going to tell you exactly what I said to him, but anyway, he got up and moved down to the end of the bar. And I mean, some people act weird around you, if they know that you're into the paranormal. I mean, we don't get it a lot, but some people just act funny, I guess.
I've been confronted the same way, and I've told people things I should not know, and it does scare the shit out of them when you do that. So I don't like to do that too much. It really freaks people out.
Don't you get the goosebumps too, Mike?
Definitely. Like when I was doing those EVPs on the Halloween night there, that was real, man. I felt something coming, and that device was trying to allow them to talk through it.
What devices do you guys use? What do you think the best EVP device is?
Well, for EVPs, we use little Sony digital voice recorders. So we have several of those. For EMF, we have a millimeter as well as a K2. We also use a Samsung tablet with the TAPS app on it, which can detect EMF and vibration through a seismic function. And if you detect either a change in the EMF or a vibration level, it'll turn on the audio recorder and record a specified period of time, so we can use that. Of course, then we have video and still pictures, things like that, and we do the flashlight manipulation. We have some trigger objects that we use. We've got a whole bag of tricks, really.
It makes it easier for them to trigger them.
Exactly.
Did the EMF go up before that flashlight started rolling across that oak table?
No, nothing to indicate anything. I mean, it was just a total surprise. And we had 10 people sitting around the table. We had that night we were there. It was like an event that we sponsored versus just an investigation when we went the first time. So we had a bunch of people around the table. No one was touching the table. Everyone witnessed it. And again, we couldn't cause it to happen, but it happened twice.
That's cool. Did you put it in the exact same location, or did you move it to a different part of the table?
Within an inch or two to the same location.
Yeah.
Because the flashlight was like the flashlight was sitting next to the K2, the K2 sitting next to the digital voice recorder. So everything was just kind of set out on the table.
How many people did you have in your event?
There were 10 altogether.
Oh, neat. How often do you do that? Do you have like retreats?
We don't do events that often. Most of it is private investigations and/or just go out ourselves to a historic, location to do our own thing. But we had a bunch of people that we knew that wanted to see what it was like to do an investigation. So we, was able to arrange with the Absecon Lighthouse, which is in Atlantic City, and of course they charge a fee, which all goes to the historical committee there that maintains the lighthouse and stuff. So everybody just chips in, pays the fee, and we hosted an investigation there on the second visit.
How long were you there? All night long, or?
From either 7 or 8 p.m. till midnight or 1, somewhere around there.
Okay. That'd be a neat place to go. Was that your favorite place that you went on the East Coast?
One of them. Yeah, one of them. The other one is called Haldeman Mansion, which is in Bainbridge, right?
Bainbridge,
Pennsylvania. I got my hat pulled off my head twice that night, actually. That was a neat experience.
The theory there was that one of the spirits there didn't like people wearing hats, according to the person that was there hosting, or being like the caretaker that night when we were there. And we were up in the attic, and she was wearing my knit watch cap. I mean, this was about 15 degrees out, dead of winter. The building's not heated at all, so it was just frigid cold in there. So she's wearing my knit watch cap, and it went off her head up in the attic, but we didn't catch that on film or anything. An hour or two later, we're down in the basement, and I was videotaping and standing behind Deb, and she said she felt something touching her head, and she could feel something actually take the hat,
like the hand,
pull it down off her head.
Yeah, I just felt the hand, and it just took my hat off again.
And that time we did catch it on video.
Oh, that's cool. Did it scare you, or were you just like amused?
Amused. Like I turned around, I said, "Is that you pulling my hat?" So I had to explain to whoever the spirit was. I said, "I don't know if you're cold or not, but it's winter time and there's no heat in here, and I'm cold." Well, after that, I said, "Please don't pull my hat off my head." So after that, because we had the place all night to ourselves, and after that, I didn't have my hat pulled off again. So we had that place till like 5 in the morning. We were there till 9 o'clock at night till 5 in the morning.
Next time you go, you guys got to wear like 2 big, huge sombreros or cowboy hats or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, that would work. Oh, we got cowboy hats. We can wear those.
Harry, do you remember the first place that Deb took you in Texas? Or how'd you end up in Texas?
Well, actually, I remember the first place I took her to in Texas.
Oh, you knew the place.
In terms of paranormal interest, the first place would have been the Alamo.
Of course.
Because before we were married, we came out in vacation twice in San Antonio. And the first time we came out to San Antonio, of course, in San Antonio, they've got the ghost tours and stuff like that. And we did one of the ghost tours, but they actually allowed you to use some of their equipment. And after the walk around the part of the city and the historic, allegedly haunted sites and everything, ended up back at the Alamo, and Deb was able to use their thermal imaging camera at that site.
And did you find anything?
We didn't find anything, but the strangest thing was when I started out with the thermal, the temperature was like 73 degrees, I think, that night. And when I looked at the screen, the temperature went down like 20 degrees in one certain spot. But if I would turn it, it would go back up to the regular temp. And it was only in that one spot for some reason. I couldn't figure it out.
Have any other ghost hunters found anything at the Alamo?
Well, there's a lot of history of hauntings at the Alamo. It's in San Antonio. It's one of the more haunted locations. And then right next door, there's the Menger Hotel, which has a very definite haunted history also. So there's right in that downtown area, there's actually several hotels. The Menger, the Crockett, and the Emily Morgan Hotel are all within a block of each other around the Alamo. They've all had the hotels have had some murders and things like that, where then the spirits are supposedly visiting.
Neat. Did you take her in all of those places?
We've walked, well, back then we didn't, but just recently. Now this again, that was 2006, the first visit. We went back again in 2009 on our second visit to San Antonio. But just a couple of months ago, we were in San Antonio and went and visited the various different hotels, talking to management and stuff, trying to see if we could arrange some actual investigations, type of thing down there.
I work at a haunted hotel.
Oh, cool.
We have one room, room 437. It's just a room on the corner. And twice now, people have checked out at 4 in the morning and saw an old couple. And it was really weird. It was about a month period. And first it was a couple that checked out. They didn't want any money back. They just left at 4 in the morning. And then there was a guy that was in there, and like a month later or so, he checked out right in the middle of the night. He said, "I'm out of here."
Oh, no.
Well, there's another...
You didn't tell me there are ghosts here. And another guest in a different room on the mezzanine was pushed out of his bed, and he didn't believe in any of this stuff. He was an atheist, and he had something weird happen to him. He was a regular, and he came back again on business, and he was pushed out of his bed. And he came downstairs. He checked out in the middle of the night. He told everybody about it because he was excited about it in a way. Man, kind of scared. And he never stayed with us again unless he had his wife with him because he wanted her to see it. And they only came back 2 more times, and they didn't stay in that same room, so he didn't have anything happen. But yeah, he was fired up about that. And every time he'd come in, he'd tell everybody. And he became a believer. It was quite interesting to hear him talk. He was so excited, you know.
There's another hotel about 20 miles from here in the town of Seguin, the Magnolia Hotel. Now, the Ghost Brothers have been there, and Nick Groff was Ghost Adventures there, or just Nick and Ghost Adventures was there. And we've tried to get in there, but the woman that owns the place now, apparently it's a big buck scenario. So, if a TV show wants to come in, they can get the place and do an investigation and all that kind of stuff. But us little people, she kind of turns her back to. So we haven't been able to go into that one yet. At this point, we kind of don't want to go.
Yeah.
I bet if you just flipped a little bit of money, you wouldn't even have to do much. I bet they'd let you in there. You pull out a 50.
She actually says that she will let groups come in and do an investigation at some fee, but she won't even respond to the typical everyday groups. So it seems like she's just going to the high dollar, publicity.
I guarantee you, if you walked in there and they didn't have that room sold, and you had like $50, you just said, "Can I tip you 50? I just want to go up there for 2 hours." They'd let you. I guarantee.
Well, it's not open for business. It's vacant.
Oh,
it's a vacant haunted hotel.
Yeah. See, she can't charge, but you just have to offer it. Then it'll happen for you. I bet you anything.
Well, we offered her $5 and she didn't want it. And so we upped it to $7 and she didn't want it. So we gave up.
Yeah, you got to go a little higher than that.
Well, 50 cents or 50 cents.
The Ghost Brothers, probably offered her, 200, and Ghost Adventures probably offered her 300, so they got in.
Yeah. What's your favorite ghost hunting show?
Hang on, guys. Don't you need a break? I'm gonna put on that song that. This is special. Hang on. You're going to like this. This one is special for Deborah.
Died last night in my dreams, walking the streets of some old ghost town. I tried to believe in God and James Dean, but Hollywood sold out. Saw all of the saints lock up the gates I could not enter. Walked into the flames, called out your name, but there was no answer. And now I know my heart is a ghost town. My heart is a ghost town. Satire. And now I know my heart is a ghost
How did you like that? Okay. I've got everyone turned down. We should be all back on again now. Hello?
We're here.
All right.
Yep.
Did I pick the right song?
Yes, you sure did.
That's the right song, and that song actually was part of one of our investigations last year.
Wow.
It's
In
one
the-
of those
In the
one of
video,
those
or
times where people are trying to pull the wool over our eyes more than anything else. And the alleged haunting was a spirit that was residing in these college students' television set.
Television.
In the student housing here in the San Marcos area, it's all the complexes. They have 4 or 5 separate rooms, and each student, rents one of the rooms, and they all have their own bathrooms, but a common kitchen, living room set up. And these 4 students in this one unit claimed that their TV was haunted by a spirit that identified itself as Sam, and it would talk to them through the TV, and it would tell them things and tell them to leave and this, that, the other. So we were there the one night, the first time we went, and they, just said, you can talk to Sam and Sam will respond. And at this point, we didn't know we were getting, the wool pulled over our eyes, but we would ask it to play certain songs. And Debbie said, play Adam Lambert's Ghost Town. In about 15 seconds, on their Roku attached device, up on the screen on the TV, here's Adam Lambert's Ghost Town playing.
but it was all a hoax.
It was, as best as we could tell, it was a hoax, because we could then ask it, play Hit the Road Jack, and it would play Hit the Road Jack.
And
we
play Michael Jackson.
play
They would
Michael
play
Jackson,
Michael Jackson.
Thriller, and it would play. And it was just responding to request, and we think that the one student that was there was actually doing searches through their smartphone sitting there and, controlling it that way. Because then when we went back a second time, we paid a lot of attention to use of the smartphone or not using it and this, that, the other, and nothing happened, and Sam wouldn't talk to us anymore.
Actually, they could have had like Siri or Cortana or one of these artificial intelligence programs, and whatever you say, it would just automatically search and play it.
Well,
So
apparently
nobody-
even the
nobody would
Roku
even
could
have
do
to
that,
control
because
it.
I did some investigation. I mean, I didn't have a Roku. I didn't know that much about it, but went and talked to some salespeople and the electronics establishments that sell them and stuff like that. And apparently even just the Roku itself, through its app, you could do that, because it wouldn't show the thing that puzzled us when we're standing there. It wouldn't show like a search screen or anything like that. Like, it wouldn't put in Adam Lambert Ghost Town and then it would come up. It would just all of a sudden start playing the song, and you couldn't tell that a search was performed, on the TV screen. But apparently Roku could do that through its app on the smartphone. So we went back the second time and kind of were a little more vigilant about what was going on in the apartment, and nothing happened. So we think it was all just, it was a couple weeks before Halloween last year, and we think they were just, trying to have a little fun.
Yeah, but what if it wasn't, though? What if that, because, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never
until
know.
You go,
That could have been a really smart demon.
How were they responding? Were they freaking out, or were they almost laughing?
Oh, they acted like they really believed it and it bothered them. They allegedly had the police there twice, talked to the apartment management. They wanted to move to a different unit in the complex. I mean, their whole story had a lot of, credibility to it, but what was going on just kind of seemed a little puzzling.
What's your favorite?
It seemed a little
What's
too
your favorite?
digital, right? Too digital, too mechanicalized.
What's
Say that
your
again?
favorite ghost show?
Okay, go ahead, Darren.
Yeah, I was wondering what your favorite ghost show is on TV, or do you watch all of them? Which ones? Have you met the people?
We met the Kling brothers. our first time in San Antonio. Actually, they happened to be in that Menger Hotel filming
Ghost Lab.
Ghost Lab, and they were in the Menger filming some segments there when we happened to be in the bar, of course, having a cocktail, and they were in there in the bar, and so we met them. We met Chip Coffey.
We met Chip Coffey. We met
Steve Gonzalez and
Dave Tango, Bruce Tango.
That'd be neat to see a video of you guys chatting it up and telling your experiences.
But probably our favorite, most factual type of show is probably Taps.
Yeah, Ghost Hunters.
I think the funniest show was the Ghost Brothers.
Oh, I think the start of this show is going to be even funnier. Apparently, I had some kind of a crappy echo that started occurring. It probably ruined the first, ruined 15 minutes out of the first part of the interview. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what caused it, but I know I found out how to stop it. So.
Okay. Can you still hear us, or is it?
Oh no, everything's good now. Apparently, really good. But yeah, there was a shit echo. I'm sorry, man. It is gone now.
Maybe is there a ghost in the machine?
I don't know. It shouldn't have done that. But I found out, like, I don't want to go into all the stupid details, but I found out what it was.
It was Sam.
It doesn't make any logical sense.
Sam's over there.
Yeah, it doesn't make any logical
Sam.
sense, but I figured out how to stop it anyway.
Good.
Apologize to everyone listening.
Go ahead, Michael. You ask some questions.
All right. I was wondering, the cemetery pictures that I noticed in your Facebook. Is there any anomalies because I see a few in there that you've noticed in them yourself, and maybe we could talk a bit about the pictures. Maybe everyone listening could go to their Facebook.
Greater Texas Paranormal Society.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find. If you go to Deborah Maxfield's Twitter and go on her home Twitter page, there's a link to it right there.
Are these the more recent pictures that were posted? The ones you're looking at?
I was looking at the cemetery pictures.
Okay, because they were taken in the past couple of months.
Yeah,
up in the Austin area, most of them, and some of them down here in the more local to San Marcos.
Because I noticed the one, it has a picture, you can see there's a house there or a church window that's lit up, and which one is that? And there's some gravestones around it, but there's something in the foreground and there's something in the background that looks kind of wispy white looking, like plasma, ectoplasm. If you go to the Ghostbusters, they call it ectoplasm. I still call it ectoplasm. I think Mr. Haunted calls it ectoplasm. He's got all kinds of photos with that stuff in it.
Yeah, that might have been in New Jersey out at Basto Cemetery.
Is it daylight pictures or nighttime?
That's a nighttime.
Okay, nighttime, that had to be... the only cemetery that we did at night was the Revolutionary War Cemetery in Port Republic, outside of Atlantic City. That was a Revolutionary War site, and just a Revolutionary War graves there.
Yeah, I can't pull it up right now. Maybe I can. I'll try to find it back, but I think I think Deborah, you know which photo I'm talking about. It's got the picture. It's got a window. I actually posted it with this show as the picture that will go on Spreaker and YouTube and everywhere. It'll post this picture with the show. I picked it out from your. Oh, it's spooky.
Yeah, that would have to be at the Port Republic Cemetery.
I didn't even finish looking at it. I used it as a a picture to post like 10 minutes before the show, and I noticed all kinds of anomalies in there. So I haven't.
Yeah, we got some activity out there too, somewhat. We got like a name of Steve, but there were some the gravestones were really, really old, where you could hardly make out the names on most of them. But we got the name Steve that night, and there was Steve, and what was the other name?
I don't recall the other name.
I forgot the other name. But we got both names, and then when we looked on the headstones, like right by where we were, there was a Steve and the other name on the headstone, which was really weird.
That is the Facebook page is Greater Texas Paranormal Society. I see somebody just texted what was the name of the page again? So it's Greater Texas Paranormal Society.
Yeah, it's easy to find. I'm not even checking my chat room here. Holy smokes. No kidding. I got 62 chats in my Spreaker chat room, and I've been ignoring them. I'm sorry, people.
Any good questions in it?
Okay, yeah, Wisteria's wondering where the pics are at, and Jeff has posted it there, too. Jeff's posting it everywhere. Look for Jeff D's posts on hashtag 47Talk and in the Spreaker chat room, and you'll find the Facebook for the pictures. Yeah, they're looking for them. Yeah, this is cool stuff. I'm not sure if you guys even noticed this. When I was looking at the picture, I was like, all of a sudden got the tingles all run through me, and then I saw the thing in the background way behind that building, and there's something in the trees there, and it ain't. Oh my God. I'd like to.
We'll have to go back and look at it, because that
time
was from about 2.5 years ago. So it's been a while since we've looked at that picture. But yeah, that house was on the other side of the fence, the perimeter of the cemetery itself. So that was a regular residence over there that you could see through the trees. I remember that much.
Yeah, there's something in those trees. There's something in those trees, man.
We had a couple other paranormal investigators with us that night, too. We had Chuck from Chuck's Paranormal Adventures was there with us. And
Joseph
with, what was Joseph's group?
Recon Paranormal.
Joseph Horn was there with us. He came down from New York. Chuck came down from North Jersey. And then we just had our people from our group there.
There's a couple EVPs here, Wolfman.
Yeah. Can we play them?
You could probably play them through. You could probably play them through your computer.
What is that on the Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah, the ones that are there, the EVPs, and they show a Audacity, audio background to it. They were from this year in an investigation in San Antonio at a private residence.
Whose house?
Well, we don't release the client's name, but
well, no, it's just like you just knew that there was a haunted house nearby, and
where do I find?
No, they lived there. It was a private house, and the family wanted us to come in because something was bothering their girls. And usually, when there's children involved, we go. So we got there that night, and you'll hear me ask, well, are you still here with us, or did you leave us? And we never got a name that night, but we got, it's me. Like, I'm supposed to know who it is, but we never got a name. And then
I'm playing it right now. I'm playing it right now.
Were you a banker?
Can you tell me who's here? Can you tell me your name?
Can you hear that, Deborah? I'm playing.
Yes.
Can you tell me who's here? Can you tell me your name?
Well, that was one.
Yeah, we couldn't hear the spirit response, so we could hear Debbie okay, but we couldn't really hear the response.
I'll try playing it again.
Can you tell me who's here? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me who's here? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me who's here? Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me who's here?
That.
Can you tell me your name?
Yeah, we can't hear the response.
No, I heard it clearly. It said, "It's me."
Yeah, it's me. And then the other one was hi. And then the other one said,
well, I never.
Well, I never.
Okay, I'm going to play this one. Another one's playing right now.
Did we lose you somewhere? Did you leave? Did we lose you somewhere? Did you leave?
That one we can hear.
Did we lose you somewhere? Did you leave? Did we lose you somewhere? Did you leave?
It's like a whisper?
Did we lose you?
It says that's the one that says hi. We can hear that one.
Yeah. Freaky.
Wow. That's all I could say is, wow.
Yeah. We were there. We did an overnight investigation there at that house.
I know, I've only found the 2 on here. Is there more?
I don't know if we put the third one up. The Well I Never, that one might not have got put up because unfortunately you can't post audio directly to Facebook. So that's when I decided to start playing the Audacity file and videotaping the monitor and picking up the audio that way. And that's how I posted them to Facebook. That's why they're in that format.
Oh, I had no idea about that. But that
you can't put audio directly onto Facebook. So you either got to go put it on SoundCloud or some other platform type of thing, and then do links over, or do it like that. Do it as part of a video. So I chose to do it that way.
Deborah, you have an amazing a man there that's helping you with all the technical side, I can see. That was very creative of you to do that.
Yeah, because if it was up to me, it's like, forget about it. I'll just have my own experiences.
No, but he's sharing it with everyone. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And that was a great job, man. Yeah.
I love EVPs.
Harry, that was genius, man. Really was, putting it up with the video
Thank you.
feed.
That's when we post them from now on. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, obviously it's a little more work, but at least it works, and you can put them directly on, and at the same time you can loop it and kind of show it that way. So it actually worked out pretty well.
It's very entertaining to watch the oscilloscope too.
Yeah.
Oh, great job.
Thank you.
Oh, and it was fun playing those on the air too. You know what it's time for now? Dun, 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 dun.
The Wolfman's gonna put on some vinyl, baby. Yeah, rock and roll.
What do you think? In a few minutes, I'm going to put on a record. But you guys, you are just fantastic guests. Are you going to come back on for another little while after the song, or are you outie?
Maybe for about another 15, 20 minutes. We have to get up real early tomorrow morning.
They have to get up in 3 hours.
Well, we'll be getting up at 5:30 our time. So yeah, we got we'll get to bed by 12:30 and get 5 hours.
Okay. That's
where
up
are
to
you? Oh, yeah. That's right. We started early tonight. We're so used to starting at midnight.
Even when I turn it down, man, that's cool. Are you guys still there?
We're still here.
Okay. Yeah, it just went dead
We're
for a
still
minute.
here.
That was.
Do we have Jeff here?
He could be on. I hopefully soon. But he's in the chat room and everywhere. He's watching out for us with his amazing technical abilities for the computer. So
yes.
Jeff's in charge of our website and everything. He's our webmaster pretty much, and our computer guy. He's also a mad doctor.
Oh.
He worked at a cadaver lab. He's got great
stories. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
They have a cadaver farm here in San Marcos.
What's that?
They grow cadavers. I get it.
It's, I guess you might want to call it a cemetery in a way, but it's where they go and put cadavers and skeletons out into this field and let them age and stuff to help develop more forensic information for investigations and stuff like that.
Yep, they learn how fast they degrade, and then they can use that.
I guess.
Yeah. So that's here in San Marcos.
Did you guys want to talk about this Para-Unity event? Or what Para-Unity is? I see it on your Facebook.
Yeah, well, some people aren't going to like what I'm going to have to say, but to me, Para-Unity is when everyone gets together and works together, okay? Now, in New Jersey, if I had an investigation, and depending on how big the house was or how big the location was, I would put it out there, I need like 2 people to go. Is anyone out there from a different team want to help, help us out and come on this investigation? Boom, they would be right there for me. And Mike Dolan was one of them, actually. He's been on like 3 of my investigations helping. They were always there. Here in Texas, not so much. They're just for themselves. But if any one of the teams need us to go, we would jump at the chance to go help them, because I'm not like that. So, but here, no, not so much. Like,
why do you think that is?
If we're going to be in San Antonio for the day, I'll put on Facebook, Harry and I will be in San Antonio. Does any of the teams want to meet up, or even in Austin or anywhere where we're going that day? And no response from any of them.
I wonder why. Are they trying to make money off of what they find or something?
I don't know. They more or less just keep to themselves. Like, it's all for them, and they don't want to, I guess, have another team come in to know what they're doing. I don't know. I really can't say.
It's always better with more people. Well,
exactly.
usually.
But if I'm on a house investigation and it's only, let's say some of my group can't go and there's only going to be 3 people, but this is like a huge house. Like in Jersey, we did a boarding house that was over, over 4,500 square feet. So I'm going to have enough people to cover 3 floors. You understand what I'm saying? So sure. I'm going to need like 1 or 2 more bodies to come and help investigate. So that's what I'm saying. But, in New Jersey, I always had someone in, to come help me if I needed someone. But here, like I said, not so much.
Texas is a little different. On the East Coast.
And I really thought that they would be more apt to help you here than New Jersey. But that's not the case.
Well, maybe they'll change. You never know.
Hopefully.
You have to wonder if maybe it could be geographic, too, because in New Jersey, the whole state's only 200 miles long from north to south, and Texas is 1,000 miles wide, something like that. It's so everything is spread out so far. Maybe everybody's a little more territorial.
That could be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, territorial. But like I said, if a group in San Antonio needed our help, they could call me. I'd go help them. In the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
We travel like about 75 miles out of San Marcos to do investigation. So
how about in Austin? Have you ever found anything up there?
Not so much. I did some history in Austin. Now there is, places. I believe there's pictures on my Facebook page of the different cemeteries and stuff we went to in Austin, but it was very contaminated there. Where there's other places like on 6th Street that aren't there anymore that I looked up. Everything's changed really in Austin.
How about in your little town? What?
The private investigation requests are all coming out of San Antonio. Very, very little here in San Marcos, and virtually none out of the Austin area. And again, I think it's demographics. Austin's a whole different type of mentality.
Sure.
In San Antonio, we'll get 3, 4, 5 investigation requests a month out of San Antonio.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm always busy. I kid around with Harry and everybody else that I talk to, because Harry and our date night is an investigation.
Nice.
So sometimes we don't have time to ourselves, because we're always going here, or we have to meet a client here, or, so.
Do you ever cleanse the houses?
Yes, That one, the house that we stayed overnight, I cleansed. We went back a second time to do an investigation to make sure, nothing was there, and we didn't get anything in that same house. So they must have moved on.
Wolfman
Which
does
I'm happy about. I mean, nobody wants to, stick around, if you can go to the other side.
I test for decomposition before I eat them.
I didn't hear you.
No, I test for decomposition before I eat them.
Oh.
You know what? It's really weird. I can't find the damn picture back that I posted on for this show in your Facebook. I can't find. I find all these other pictures there, but that one that I found,
the picture of Debbie?
I cannot find it anymore.
The picture of Debbie?
No,
the
one
headshot?
with the one with this darkened cemetery with a.
I
don't understand. I found one with a prisoner like in a cell, kind of a. What is that?
That was the Burlington County Prison Museum.
And is that an apparition?
No, that was actually something that they had set up or stored for their Halloween event that they would do there.
Oh, okay.
Either that one or it was from Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. I mean, I'm not sure what one you're looking at, but we have a bunch of pics from Eastern State on there too.
Oh, there's a great picture for you, Darren. If you want to talk with Jeff about like the all those gross things with the cadavers and electrocuting people and giving people the lethal doses.
All the dead bodies.
Yeah,
the electric chair picture.
There's a picture there for you, man. We could use for the show right there.
We should. You guys should go down by the cadaver area and see if you could pick up anything.
Yeah, we should.
I don't think you're allowed to trespass there.
I wouldn't mind it
though.
Could you be outside though? Maybe you'll get something. I don't know.
Jeff says sometimes their arms lift up and then drop down and stuff. And the body's been dead for days.
Yeah, you should
That's
listen to that
been known
show.
To happen after someone passes away, their body still jerks and twitches.
The rigor mortis.
And the hands
later.
fly up.
Not days later.
This is like a week later, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
I
It
don't
was
know.
like way beyond the time. No way that.
Debbie, have you ever been scared? Or have you
No.
ever met a spirit that you didn't like? You're like, okay, I've had enough.
No.
She met a bat she didn't like.
Yeah, I met a bat one time that I didn't like when I was in the basement, and we're down there pitch black in the this other historical location, and we went downstairs in the basement, and the basement had 2 sides to it, and I was all the way on the other side, and here come these bats and flying around my head, and I couldn't find those stupid stairs to go up. I'm like, well, I'm not going back down in the basement.
Yeah, bats are scary. That happened to me once. I was at the Oregon Caves, and it's pitch black, and we had the flashlights, and we just kind of come to a stop. and I turn to the right, and 6 inches from my face is a bat on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Scared the bejesus. Luckily, it wasn't flying. It scared me, and then I was
These
like, wow,
were
that's really
flying.
cute.
I will
It
show
just-
you how
And
it can
And he
fly.
said, "Oh my God, Deb, I saw it. It just missed your head." And I'm like, "Oh my God, where are the stairs?"
But
They
no
never run it- they
worries,
never run
because
it.
I also suck your blood and I fly. It's no problem.
But the best video that we should have that we don't actually have on film is right after we got our GoPro camera, we ordered a chesty mount. So Deb could wear the GoPro mounted on her chest as she walks around, that sort of thing. Well, the chest mount showed up in the mail. I was at work. Deb decided to open the package and try it on, and it wasn't adjusted to the right size, and she got the thing on and kind of got all tangled up for an hour or two and couldn't get it out and couldn't move.
I thought I was in a straitjacket. I couldn't. I had the stupid thing on, and here I'm texting Harry at work. I got the harness on. I can't get it off. My arms are all crossed like a straitjacket. I mean, it was so funny. I mean, well, it was really hilarious at the time.
Did you
But
get
now
out, or
it's
did he have to come
on
rescue
for
you?
me. Huh?
Did he have to rescue you, or did you get out of it?
Well, no, I finally got out of it. But,
Right before I got home.
right before he got home, I finally got out of it. So now he puts it on for me. So, I don't have a problem.
That's great. That'd have been a funny video to put on there if you had the video of it.
It would have, yeah. And, this one time, after we left an investigation, usually, I always say, you can't follow me home. You need to stay here. And I forget where we were at, but I think something followed me home. This was in New Jersey, and we had these blinds. Now, we lived in this place for 8 years. Never had a problem with the blinds. I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden, one of the blinds fell. Usually, if they fall straight down. This one didn't. This one came at me and then curled up, and I wasn't even near the blinds. Like, I was near it, but I was, 4 or 5 feet away from the blinds, sitting on the couch. It came down, came at me, and then curled up and laid on the floor.
There's a slap on vertical blinds on a sliding door.
These things never came down before, ever, after 8 years of living there. Never came down. But for one to fly towards me, and I had to duck.
Right, it didn't go straight down.
It wasn't frightening, but I'm like, what the heck? Like,
did you think immediately ghost, or did you do a cleansing?
Something else happened, so I can't say it was a spirit or something. But then I started thinking, well, maybe something did follow me home. So if other things started happening, maybe, it did. But it didn't. But it just, surprised me that it, I just picked it up and put it back on, But it never came down again, ever.
That happened at our hotel. Our night porter was delivering the night audits. We used to deliver them under the rooms at 3 a.m. And one of the rooms, number 310, the plaque on the wall didn't just fall straight down. It fell off the wall and into the wall on the other side, right in front of him. Hit the wall on the other side and then bounced back on the floor. And so he didn't want to do it. And he was staring at the sign when he did it the next night, staring at it, like going around it pretty far because he didn't want, he's really freaked out. It fell off the wall again. This time it came straight down, didn't go straight across. And after that, he just paid someone to do that floor from then on out. Nothing ever. But 2 nights in a row.
Now, see, I wouldn't have got scared about that. I would have, I don't know. Well, is the nail up there okay? You always have to check stuff.
Yeah, he was scared. He was scared to death. He didn't even want to do bells on that floor after that. It's like he'd have us do them. He would stay off of 3 altogether.
Well, at least he didn't quit, right?
No, No, he got fired later, but he didn't quit.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I think I'm
Whoa.
out of questions.
Are ya?
You have any?
Holy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know.
I might have
Ran
to.
out.
Anyway, I got this picture. I'm gonna post it on hashtag 47talk in a second here. I would like to thank my guests for coming on. I know you guys are
Me
getting
too.
tired. We really appreciated it, and I hope you come on again sometime when you have more time. And you're always welcome on the Monster Castle Paranormal. Everybody loved you, I think.
Oh, thanks for having us. I really enjoyed it. Thanks. You just made us feel comfortable.
Well, it's like home here. This is like paranormal home. You're always welcome here, and I'll give my blessings, and I'm gonna throw some spells out to protect you guys on your journeys.
Thank you very much.
Para-unity.
Yeah, I
Para-unity.
didn't tell you too
You got
much.
that right.
You don't know too much about me yet, but you will.
You'll have a good weekend.
All right, you guys. You have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, both of you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
That was wonderful.
Bye.
That was wonderful, eh, Darren?
I liked it. That was fun.
I really
Thanks.
liked it. I wish I didn't wreck it with that echo. And what I was doing was actually monitoring what was going on. And I'm supposed to be able to do that. But I guess it causes echo somehow. I don't understand how, but I guess I won't do that again.
How bad is it? Is it like we can't even hear
I
it? or
have
is
no idea. But it was
listenable?
15 minutes of echo. Then you live and learn. You move on, you get better. That's what my mom says. That's what my girlfriend said. Same thing to me. So I'm going to play this awesome record right now. And this is Nazareth. This is going to be really good. And then while that's going on, I'm going to post that picture on hashtag 47talk so everyone can see that. And then we're going to come back and we're going to throw the Hillary bomb, I think, and we'll try to get Jeff on here. And we'll be back in a little while on Monster Castle Paranormal. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will be right back.
Yeah. So rock and roll, yeah, baby. Wrong song. Wait. Ah, yes, this is it. Shapes.
That's no good at all. I don't know what's going on with my thing. Oh, man, that sucked. I'll put something else on. It definitely wasn't working properly.
Think it's the vinyl?
I don't know. It's something. I really don't know what. Hang on. I could try it again. Sometimes if I hammer the fucking thing. Oh, yeah. Shapes of Things by Nazareth.
Wants to join? Can you add him?
Who wants to join?
Jeff.
Okay. He should be able to just join in. But I'll try.
We'll try again.
Okay. There you go, man. There you go. What? Oh, man. It's doing that. Okay, you know what? I'll put on my other computer, and then we'll join them that way on the other line.
Give it a shot. Let's try out your new computer or your old one.
It'll work. I just got to do a couple adjustments here. I'll talk amongst yourselves. Oh, yeah, it's just you.
You want me to read this article?
Oh, definitely. Read the article.
All right. Well, basically, I have a friend that was on before, and he talks to the New York cops, and evidently the story's real, but it could be a fabrication still. I could just read the thing if you want. New York Police Department, or is that boring? You want
No. Go ahead.
Paraphrase?
This is perfect. Keep going.
Okay. New York Police Department detectives have uncovered evidence of a child sex ring on Anthony Weiner's laptop that they said could put away Hillary Clinton for life. According to NYPD sources, and I'm just going to paraphrase here. Basically, I think it's the police chief, and they found all the stuff on Weiner's laptop under life insurance. It was a life insurance file.
Yeah.
And I guess it was Huma Abedin's life insurance file. And there was way more
that should work.
emails, 500,000 emails.
Jeff,
and they
are you
said
there?
that basically they
I'm
told
here.
the FBI that if they don't release this, that they will. And so they're giving them a few days, I guess. But I guess NYPD sources said these new emails include evidence linking Clinton herself and associates to money laundering, child exploitation, sex crimes with minors, perjury, pay to play through, the Clinton Foundation, obstruction of justice, and other felony crimes. I guess there's pictures too, and they prove that she went to the Epstein's pedophile island 8 times, and of course Bill Clinton went 28 times. And they're just waiting for the FBI to drop this. I don't know if the police are going to wait until the FBI finally comes out with it, or if this isn't real, but I was told, I have 2 different friends that know police officers in New York that I've talked to. And they said it's true.
I don't want to talk politics either, but she is a monster, so she's going to have to fit into this show somehow. That is definitely being a monster.
Listen to this. The NYPD chief said, according to this, what's in the emails is staggering, and as a father, it turned my stomach. There's not going to be any Houdini-like escapes from what we found. We have copies of everything. We will ship them into WikiLeaks, or I will personally hold my own press conference if it comes to that. So, and they're really pressuring the police, and they're getting pissed off. They don't mess with the police of New York. so I guess that's
just
what's
want to
going
bonk
on.
until her head splits open like a watermelon.
Give it to her. I didn't hear it.
Okay, well, you won't hear it, but it went out there.
All right. Is Jeff here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
How'd you like the interview?
Well, I actually like your haunted hotel stories.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm not sure how many you can tell. I'm sure some of them might be, violating someone's privacy. Maybe.
As long as you don't give out any names.
Right.
And we're not giving the name of the hotel either. Or
I didn't give any names, did I? I hope I didn't.
No, and we're not even divulging the name of the hotel. I wouldn't say that, or the town it's in even.
Yeah.
Nobody has to know that either.
It's an old hotel. It's 102 years old. So.
Oh wow. And obviously, there's probably been a number of deaths there, whether it be like a murder or suicide that you know of.
There were all sorts of things. Since I've been there, there's only been a couple deaths.
Only a couple? Wow.
But there were natural causes. President Harding got stabbed in our hotel by one of his mistresses. So, yeah.
Wow.
He ended up... That's the scuttlebutt, anyways. We have a huge history file. It's pretty cool. So many old pictures. It's just full of stuff.
You would think that, you might have some sort of like museum or or like history
do.
room dedicated to the hotel
We do.
itself. Oh, do you?
Yeah, we have. There's books. There's a book. We used to have a book in every room, but we have books to check out, and then there's a whole history book on it, and then there's a whole section of the lobby that has history. And
Hey,
old
do you ever
pictures.
watch American Horror Story? And are you familiar with that? That
I only saw
series?
the one episode with the circus people, the two-headed lady.
Okay,
and
no.
I saw
The
that
latest,
season, but I haven't watched it since.
the latest one was was actually a hotel that was built, like 100 years ago, or maybe not 100, but built in like the 40s or 50s, and it had a bunch of like secret passageways, and basically the way it was designed was to get rid of the bodies, because they would like kill these bodies, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 a week, and they had all these chutes that they would just drop them down, and they end up in
Shanghai them out of there.
Yeah. And so there would be no traces of them. And anyway, Lady Gaga actually played the one of the characters in it, which at first I didn't recognize. But she looks really familiar, and she's actually a really decent actress. I was really impressed with her. Some artists, try to go from music to acting, and vice versa. Actors try to like produce an album, and rarely does that ever work. But it was the American Horror Story. It's a creepy, kind of evil type of storylines, and they have. Anyway, I've seen all of them. Maybe that's just what I like. I don't know.
It reminds me of that girl that got stuck in that water tower. We've never talked about that on this show.
Right. We never talked about that?
Story.
Well, I've seen the some of the video of where she was like in the elevator, and she just started like freaking out, and then
she's talking to somebody. She's just scared of something.
Darren.
Yeah.
Darren.
Yes.
You got to put a picture up on Skype so that it feels like you're staring at me. Because the other, Jeff's feels like, and then I got one on each side, and it's like you're right in the room with me.
Cool.
Yeah, you got to put a picture with your eyes just staring at me. Spooky. Put something spooky on, like a cowl over your head, like the way Jeff did. Yeah, that's sweet. I'm just kidding. I love it.
Have you guys heard about the new TV show on Monday?
No,
what is
tell
that
us.
one
People of Earth?
That's the one I was going to ask you about. What's it all about?
Alien abduction.
No way.
It's a comedy. Yes.
Oh, no.
They use real abductees, too, for the actors.
Oh, real abductees?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And
oh, my God. But it's a comedy.
Actors, like when they're around the, they have a doctor.
What, do they steal off our show or something? Real abductees, and it's a comedy? Come on. Who started this shit? Hey, Jeff? Hey, come on.
They've got they got like the Nordics, and they got the reptilians, and I guess what the show's about is the psychologist, of course, thinks that they're crazy, but then he gets abducted himself.
I got a story. I got a story, but I got to look it up here, and I'm gonna tell it with some sound effects on in a second.
Hey, what's the first, I guess, type of alien that you like remember seeing or hearing about?
Myself?
Just curious, taking a
my mom
survey.
Okay, for me, it would have to be. All I can remember is spaceships, like the weird ships and the orbs. So an alien to me is more like an orb, like a creature of energy, like could probably take any shape.
Like a non-corporeal, like energy
being, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Darren? Darren. Uh-oh. Maybe he got abducted.
Oh man, just at the right time. Because you come back and tell us about it. Yeah.
Saved by the anal probe.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
gone. He's gone. He's off Skype, man. Maybe I can.
I wonder what happened. He's on. He's showing up on mine. Says he's online. Anyway,
you know what? Why don't it's a half an hour again. I could probably put a song on, and then I'll try to get you guys both together. Yeah, he's calling in on the wrong line. Okay, let's try this. We got a missed call from somebody. Let's go here.
yeah, that was Darren. Let's go and re-add him, or I
No,
can.
that was Les.
Boys.
Hey, how's it going, Les?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, that was Darren.
This is Les W
Re-add
from
him.
DM Talk. Oh, you got our feed going on there, don't you? I hear
Good,
some
how are
echo.
you?
I hear you, Darren. And we have Les on the line as well.
Yeah, we got Les, but Darren's not there yet.
I hear
Yeah,
Darren.
I'm here.
I hear you, Darren.
This is Les.
We have Les on the line as well. Well, how you doing, Les?
Hey, Les, turn off your
Good. Hey.
listening device, because I can hear an echo from us.
Mine?
Yeah,
All right, I'm off.
right on. I'll add Darren into this call.
Hey, Les, have you ever seen what was the first alien you saw? You know, fictional or non-fictional?
You talking about a TV show or a movie or something, or
The very first picture or in person that you saw.
I didn't catch that again. Say it again.
The very first, what was the first image of an alien that you had?
I guess I'm just, if we just talking about something on TV or
Yeah, I'm talking about the very first one.
I think Twilight Zone had some pretty few scary ones during that time, because the other stuff, like the B movies back, long time, whenever. I mean, they weren't scary; they're just kind of, fun. But the real scary ones kind of started appearing, like in Twilight Zone. There's one or two in there.
Okay.
But you're talking about People of Earth.
Yeah, I that's the first I've heard about it, but
I think it's a great show. It's got some good potential. I mean, it's a comedy, right? But but the main thing, that the funniest part of the show, I think, is any of the scenes that are up in the spaceship or the mothership, whatever, and they have, the three guys, the gray, the blonde, and the reptilian.
Huh.
Their names, like Dan, and I think the gray, his name is Jeff. But I think it's hilarious. I think it's a good show. It should be pretty good. But then the rest of the show is cool. That can develop also.
Darren?
Can you guys hear me, Darren?
Yeah.
Marcus?
Darren, Marcus won't be able to. He's not on. But Darren's getting added. If you just notice what I'm trying to do. You guys go ahead. You're doing awesome, man. I'm listening.
All right, I had two Skypes going at the same time, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
I was confused because I run 2 or 3 computers here, so.
That's what I'm doing too.
Well, mine's actually, I run a couple virtually, and then I run my main system. I've got a killer desktop, with like 32 gigs of RAM and a couple screens. Anyway, so maybe the show will be good. I'll have to check it out on Monday. Do you know where it's playing, or where can I find it?
If it's what? Oh, the rating?
Where can I find the show? Where is it playing? Is it on TV, or is it a
Yeah,
streaming?
it's on TBS is showing it. So it's like, I don't know, 8 or 9, depending, like time zone, of course. But I mean, I think it's 8 Central Time.
Oh,
So
okay.
TBS, and I guess
So
I'm
the
not a big fan
first,
of Conan O'Brien, but I guess he's producing this show. So, maybe they have some good writing for it.
yeah, I just pulled up the wiki pedia of this. So the pilot just aired. Oh, on Halloween. All right. David
Yeah,
Jenkins.
they showed 2 episodes on Halloween. Back to back, kind of get people get their feet wet,
Get them
and
started.
then probably every Monday after that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Actually, they're showing. Looks like they're supposed to show 2 in December, and then I think they're going to play one also on the 28th of this month. So it doesn't look like they're skipping any time. That'd be good. I'll have to check it out. They didn't quite reach a million viewers, but it just started, so I haven't heard about it. This is the first I've heard about it, so hopefully other people get a chance to check it out this Monday and see the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, if with the paranormal crowd, it could go either way, because a lot of people are pretty serious, or if they've had experiences, they might not think it's funny. I don't know, but
well, there's the believability factor, and sometimes fiction can be believable, and it's when they take it too far where it's just like, no, that couldn't happen, not even in a fictional, and hopefully it takes off. Because for me, it's like they put out these new shows, and it's like, that's just not believable. They're making too much up, and it doesn't seem right.
It has to be believable science fiction for me to watch it. It has to be believable. It has to make sense scientifically. I have to use my mind and figure it out and think, would that actually work? And then if I go like Star Trek, if I go, yeah, that would actually freaking work. I like it. That's cool science fiction. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think we got Darren.
Yeah,
back.
It does make sense. You do want to have, I mean, when you're watching a drama, type of sci-fi show, which I think Star Trek does a pretty good job with it. They thought this stuff through, so then even though it's a crazy world of future space, but it still kind of makes sense in your own mind. But what about you guys?
Right.
I
Well,
mean,
they kept
the
physics.
See, I mean, I like comedy too. So I mean,
right.
So this is a blend, and I like it.
And they threw that in. That's why I love that show. Once in a while, James Kirk or the Klingon would say something to Bones, and it would just crack you right up.
Oh yeah, and that's a perfect mix because you don't want just pure drama in science. So you got to have Star Trek does mix in a little humor in there, and they did even more like later on in the movies and stuff. But it humanizes the whole thing versus just a bunch of guys in crazy looking suits on a spaceship somewhere blowing things up.
Right.
Oh, Wisteria in the chat room says she was in the Bullock Hotel in Deadwood, SD. What's that? South Dakota.
South Dakota.
I went to the restroom, and when I went to leave, the door opened by itself for her. Nobody was there. Not an automatic door.
Wow.
Just opened by itself. That's a good one. That's a short little spooky one. I love it.
He's a
Wisteria.
gentleman and a ghost.
Gentleman and a ghost. Thank you very much. Darren, are you there? It says Darren's there.
It says he is.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
All right. You're back.
I'm here.
Which we tried really
This show
hard.
on TV is supposed to be a comedy, but it's supposed to be fairly serious too. There's indications it shows a strong dramatic heart, and based on the trailers at least, it shows that the creator David Jenkins has done his homework. as fine details from abduction mythology appear to have been sown throughout the series.
Yeah, I watched the just the trailer a second ago, and it's got it's a serious, but it's got kind of like a little twist with the humor into it, and that's just what I got from the trailer. So
yeah, that's the best shows. That's like the funniest Star Trek was Star Trek 4, the movie. I thought
it was good.
You love Italian. Yes, I do, and so do I. Spock and Captain Kirk are great.
Hey, just a few weeks ago, I was at Captain Kirk's future birthplace in Iowa.
Oh, was it you
I
that
saw
posted that
sign.
picture?
You went there, huh?
Yeah, I did.
I remember
we're gonna
that.
pass through there, so I was like, we gotta stop in. So it's kind of weird because the it's looks like a tombstone, in size. It's not a plaque, so it's a rock. But it's like behind. It's kind of like just a main street and with old buildings there, and then it's behind this, a beauty parlor, so it's kind of weird, but they have a sign to show you where to get to it. So,
all right.
Did you get a picture with it?
Yeah, sure. You got to. And then there's it's a small town, but there's a store, like a shop in town that has, like Star Trek memorabilia in it, and just a whole deal. So it's fun. You can have your picture taken in that shop. They have a, like the the old Star Trek, captain's chair. You can sit in it, have a picture taken, and behind you is like the, just a picture of, what the
replica
what the ship. Yeah, behind it. So, just fun stuff like that.
What's your favorite Star Trek episode?
Man, that's a tough one, isn't it?
What's your favorite movie?
Yeah, 4 is good, but you know what? There's a lot of them that I like. People don't like 3, but I thought 3 was good too.
Yeah,
I thought 2 was my favorite. I think.
Yeah,
Do you think
great stuff.
Do you think it would help if I played the audio portion of this trailer? If I can do that.
I think that would be
there
fantastic.
Well, let me go ahead and get that started.
I'm working on something else too, actually, right now.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Are you that quick? Wow. We should call him Quick Draw McJeff. With the scalpel.
I saw this dark shape in the corner of my room.
Into the kitchen for a late night snack, and I sensed this presence behind me.
Hi, Margaret. Don't get weird.
Yeah.
When we woke up, we were in some kind of examination room.
I will never forget. They looked me
Right in the eyes. You'll never believe what they said.
You are special.
You are.
Special.
Okay, he's looking right at me. Shit. Hang on. Shit. I know my freaking job, Jeff.
Oh, eat it, Dick. It's not like he's gonna remember any of this. We're just gonna wipe his mind, tell him he's special, and send him on his way like all the others.
I know this might be difficult, so I usually like to start these interviews with just a few basic questions.
Oh, I'm not here to talk about my experience, Ozzy. I'm interested in hearing about yours.
Don't get weird, okay?
Oh my God, that is so creepy.
Push that system, bring the heat so the whole world listen.
Well, I hope that was came through okay.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy, man. What else can you do like that, man? That's crazy, man. I like that, You got one of those low riders. You got a big speakers in the back of your car too, I bet,
Yeah. Do you know that you ever? I grew up in California, so there was a lot of lowriders, and I had friends that had hydraulics and airbags and
some tequila in the back seat, and
yeah, a few guns here and there. Nothing dangerous.
Yeah, just
That's a lot of
Just
effort
good.
putting one of those things together, you know?
Oh,
Not to mention money.
they have to reinforce the frame, and it's way too much work for me just to bounce the car up and down, or to dog leg
Alright.
it or scrape the. They put different types of metal.
I must announce something.
Announce.
In the works in my garage dungeon of death and paranormal events becomes something called a monster truck that Sandra's boy is building, and it will have on the side of it in big letters, Monster Castle Paranormal. Big
Are you
truck.
serious?
Oh yeah, it's a monster truck. It's wicked.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be our Monster Castle Paranormal monster truck.
We can go on tour.
Oh yeah. I'm not even kidding, man. It's being made right now. I could show you the preliminary pictures if you want.
Have you seen my my Jeep? Did I ever show you pictures of that?
No, I never seen.
Well,
that.
it's black. Let me find a picture and
This
put
is
it up.
all
I'll
black
put it up
too.
on.
I'm not sure what he used. It's some kind of Chevy Blazer or something like that. But he's put it up on. Oh my God! He put like from a 1-ton truck in there underneath it, and now he's putting big tires on and everything. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What color combination are you going with?
It's all gonna be black except for white
Nice.
white lettering saying Monster Castle Paranormal. He loves it, eh? He loves our show, so he thinks it's so cool, man. I'm gonna use that on my truck.
Here, I'll put a picture up here on Twitter. Now,
Does it fit in
poking
the
through the
garage?
hood, I've got an air cleaner, and then I've got a ram skull on top of it. It's
I'm gonna try to post it on 47 Talk. This funny. Okay.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, I'll post it up there. Also, I got something to read first.
I got a
gotta
picture of a bird of prey landed on top of it the other day, and he's perched on top of the roof rack, and he was just I guess finding refuge from the rain. But this thing was just, I mean, it's pretty big bird, not something you normally see around here that often. If you're on the Twitter feed, I just posted a couple pictures there.
Okay. I have a short story to read.
Is that all that you have that's short?
Yes. Everything else I have is a bit longer.
Is monster like?
No, not that big. No, not enough to scare them away. No. Just perfect. It's like the bed that the Goldilocks wanted to sleep in. It's not too big, it's not too small, you know, just the size of Montreal.
Oh, it must be a Canadian thing, huh? Hey?
Not too big and not too small, just the size of Montreal. I don't know. Sounds more like a funny European song.
Hey, how about not posting pictures of that on your site, okay?
I don't want to post that, man. We're not talking about that. This ain't brainwaves, man.
He doesn't have a microscope lens on his camera. So.
Yeah. So we're not brainwaves.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. We're going to talk
Or maybe
about
you need
our balls for the
a
first half
telescopic
hour. We'll
lens,
talk
huh?
about our dicks for the last hour. Is that okay? Okay. This requires some sound effects.
Okay. We're waiting.
All right.
I'm going to see if this will work. All right, I believe that's working. Maybe not. Okay, here. Well, that's another what I want to do. Oh my lord. Here we go. I think I got it. Yeah. Alright. Alright, here we go. I was having a shower, and a neon blue entity, an aura of sorts, appeared. After 10 seconds, it was gone. Just a suspended color in front of me. No way. A trick of the light? Any light source? I tried to debunk it. It was a squiggly shape. Not a ball, not a square. Not quite a pretzel. Hello. What the hell is this? I don't know what this is. An aura? Squiggly. I got it, man.
All right. Was that haiku?
No, that actually somebody sent in that story.
What?
That was from one of the DM talkers, undisclosed. This is the DM talkers show, you know. This is where the DM talkers hang out. This is your show. Anyone who's a DM talker, you have right to be one of my guest hosts for the evening.
Calls on your second computer.
Tomorrow it's going to be open lines. And actually, I'm using both computers to get you and Jeff together. Something's going wrong with Skype, so I had to use both. So he's on one and you're on the other.
Let's work.
You got less. I'm sure I can take more calls on the other one.
Jeff's a little for me, but hopefully it's going fine for the stream there.
Did you guys see that picture of the coin up with the alien on it, the alien head? Was that fake? You guys know what I'm talking
I
about?
like that. I actually like it. I wish it was true. I hope it's true. But I my gut instinct tells me it is real.
Did you hear about those rings that were found over there by the Bosnian pyramid? Those huge metal rings?
No, I never heard about that. What happened there?
Yeah, they thought it was, it's really, really old. They think maybe like 1 million years old or something. And it was when the sea was up. They think they were for boats. And they don't know exactly what they're made out of. But yeah, they found these massive ancient metal rings. And there's no ocean there anymore. There was like an ocean 1 million years ago or whatever.
How did they find it? Was it in the ground or just laying around or what?
I think it's attached to a rock.
Oh, yeah, okay. Kind of like in the sediment or something.
Yeah.
That belongs in forbidden archaeology.
Yep. Yeah.
Where was
Chinese
this found
pipes
again?
that I think are so cool.
Where was
Chinese
this found?
Pies.
Yeah, they found these metal pipes that are 150,000 years old in China.
Oh, okay.
And they know they're artificial, and they know how old they are too, which is just crazy.
Oh, I see the pictures here.
Did you find the ring?
I didn't find the ring, but I see the pipes.
30
It is the ring
million,
of
there it is,
Sauron.
30 million
It's
year
my
old giant
precious,
rings.
my precious. Give me my precious.
Have researchers found 30 million year old giant rings in the Bosnian mountains?
My rings.
These artifacts date back to the era of the Pannonian Sea. They were used by giant beings who inhabited the area in the distant past. I think they were used by giants because they're so big.
Ah.
They're pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that we had to have several, different civilizations here throughout, time. So it only makes sense.
I don't know how they know that's 30 million years old. It's strange because it's in a rock, and you can tell that the rock is formed around it almost. It's
Maybe there was a maid, like a maid in made in China, 2 billion years BC, stamped right on there, so you know.
I'll go ahead and post an image up here on Twit.
Of the Bosnian ring.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who's the biggest twit on Twitter? Let's have the Twit of the Year award. Oh, here he comes, running around the second lap. It's the Twit of the Year. And his name is Oliver Twit. Oh, I don't know.
I thought you were going to play that music.
I'm looking for something right now, actually. I want to put this monster truck on there for you. I got it. Here's the
Jeff, you were asking me about UFO or aliens before I got cut off. My dad was in the Korean War, and he knew people that were associated with the Roswell thing, and my dad believed in aliens, small aliens that were found at Roswell.
Really?
So that's the first time I ever heard of it.
Oh,
I knew that my dad believed it.
Did you hear about the ant person that was uncovered from a piece of wood recently, and the native people are gonna they're gonna release this to the public. This is gonna fucking blow everything away, because once they release the body of this alien, and this is one of the people that live inside the earth, the ant people. It's an actual body from one of the ant people that the American Indians talk about. They have a carcass, and they're gonna release it. The Indians and the natives, they're getting pissed off. They want everyone to start fucking listening. They're not talking bullshit. Now they're gonna show you something. I know a native person, like my bass player. He's native. He tells me about all this stuff. It's not bullshit, man.
They have awesome oral traditions too, and stories.
Oh, I know they used to give oral like way back. There's even cave pictures of giving head.
Wow.
There we go.
Hey,
so you're saying that there's some natives that are releasing somebody in their culture, something's releasing these photos of it. Is that right?
No, they're gonna actually release the body.
But they have it, right?
They have it, yeah.
So that thing will disappear.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance of that. But
I think it was found in the Grand Canyon in some log, inside some log on the reservation there, somewhere there, and the log rotted and broke open, and it was a hidden carcass of a alien body inside of it. One of the ant people must have died on the surface, and they hid his body inside this thing.
Maybe he ate his way into the log and he couldn't get out.
Well, maybe they're part termite and they like wood. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. He ate inside, then he had
You're thinking the same. Yeah, it's logical.
Ant heart attack.
Who knows? Maybe they eat wood. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm here in Arizona, where I'm in Phoenix, but I've been up there to they're in Flagstaff where they have these like lava tubes that were formed, 750,000 years ago, and I've been down into them, and they're completely pitch black, and they're like the same temperature year round. Even when it snows there, it's still like warm underground, and during the summertime, it's cool inside. But that's kind of near where the Hopi Indians, and I guess those are the Hopi Indians are the ones who found this ant people, and they have like cave drawings of them, they actually have rock carvings of the ant people, which look like aliens. I mean, they don't look, you know, they're kind of humanoid, but they're, you know, they have a head and like 2 arms and 2 legs.
No, actually, they have 4 arms and 2 legs.
The pictures I see, they're only showing 2 arms.
No, this body has actually 4 arms and 2 legs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't like the insectoids.
Do they scare you? Or are they freaky?
You never had sex with one, man. You'll never go back to human.
Just like bugs, and bugs just bug you. Same thing with these things. They probably just want to eat you alive.
That one guy that was on Heather's show that
out.
said he'd astro traveled to all these alien planets said that 80% of them were insectoid humanoids.
That sucks.
I know, and one of them he said were like grasshopper people. They were some of the smarter ones, and he got to spend a lot of time with them. And I was asking him all these questions. I never heard of such a thing. It's freaky.
Oh, they're probably all just clones, though. And they probably cloned us, and they mixed us in with like pigs and monkeys and stuff. And we're part insectoid and part monkeys and pigs. So we're clones. We're all clones. So I'm going to put on the song called Clones right now, and we're going to take a break. Right on.
It's a Wolfman on Mexico's Paranormal, baby. Yeah!
Ha ha, yeah. Clones. Alice Cooper. Here we go.
I'm a clone, I know that I'm fine. I'm running more on the way. I'm too doctor, he's on the line. We'll take incubation another day. I'm all alone, so are we all. We're all clones, all are one and one are all are one and one are all. We destroy the government, we're destroying time. No more problems on the way. I'm true doctor, we don't need your kind. The other ones, ugly ones, stupid boys, wrong ones. I'm all alone, so are we all. We're all clones, all are one and one are all are one and one are all. 6 is having problems, adjusting to its clone status. Have to put him on the shelf. All day long we hear him crying so loud. I just wanna be myself, I just wanna be myself, I just wanna be myself, be myself, be myself. I'm all alone, so are we all. We destroy the government, destroy time. No more problems on the way. I'm true doctor, we don't need your kind. The other ones, ugly ones, stupid boys, wrong ones. I'm all alone, so are we all. We're all clones, all are one and one are all are one and one are all. I'm all alone, so are we all. We're all clones, all are one and one are all are one and one are all.
MITD the other night.
Yeah, and we're back. All right, yeah. Actually, Jeff, I did hear you on MITD.
Said I was a tree.
You were a tree? Can you
I was talking to the guest and Heather, and I said, I feel like I'm a tree. And they're like, well, maybe you actually are a tree.
Oh, have you ever felt like a mushroom?
No.
That's like when you're kept in the dark and fed a lot of shit.
Yeah. In a cave. Yeah.
Fed a lot of bullshit. Kept in the dark.
If you're a tree, I hope you don't have an alien insectoid stuck in the middle of you.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, or anything else stuck up inside of you.
It's an actual alien as the probe, you know. It's not just the probe, it's the whole alien in you. Oh, wow.
Hey, Wolfman, Les hasn't had a tarot card reading yet.
Oh, really? Well, we're going to
think
have
so.
to save that to the very end. But because...
A tarot card reading,
Yeah,
huh?
I'll give you one. But, because
Oh, they're
actually
fun.
you did win the contest tonight. You're the first caller. First caller gets a free tarot card reading.
Oh, man. It's just a lucky week for me.
But,
Oh.
first, actually...
Or is it?
I'm trying.
What else happened,
Damn. I'm trying to send this thing out from the monster truck. And everything keeps freezing up on me here. Wow. Still didn't work.
All
and
right.
then I actually have some news articles to read if I can get this up and going here. From our friend Anthony Barnett from DM Talk. He sent me some pretty interesting news articles. This is good stuff. One of them is about spinal cord. Basically, zebrafish, their spines. If you break the spine of a zebrafish, it will grow back together. So what they've been doing is trying to figure out why, and how can we apply this to humans? Because their nerve endings actually join back together again. This is really freaky stuff.
Well, that's you know, I have fish here at home, and I bought some feeder fish.
You should try breaking their spines, man.
No, one of them, he had his eye I think that the puffer sucked his eye out, and now he's swimming around with one eye. So I call him the pirate fish. I thought he was gonna die, but he's been alive for a month, swimming around with one eye, and where the eye used to be, it's just a hollow pocket. It's just like a place to put a probe. I don't know what's going on with him.
Huh.
It's like only the eye was tasty, and that's all the puffer fish ate was just his eyeball.
It's a territorial thing. Then
yeah, he sucked it out, and he said, "See you later."
It's a territorial thing, I think. Definitely.
Well, fish are pretty weird altogether, you know. That's a whole different existence down there in the water.
Yeah, they definitely have unique personalities.
Okay,
They
I
do
got
some
it.
weird
the monster
stuff.
truck. I got it. I'm gonna put it on #47 talk.
Did you guys see
47
the
talk. I'm gonna
fish?
post it. There we go.
Did you guys see that fish up in Alaska? That weird ice fish? They didn't know what it was.
No.
Yeah, they were calling it was it Nellie, like the sea serpent? There's video of it. It went viral. It's pretty cool looking. It has snow on its back. Looks like a huge snake.
Huh.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jeff can find it.
Hey.
Well, I did.
The guy that built
Go
this
ahead.
truck, Darren, I just posted. He's the one who actually, with Sandra, witnessed the other event with the fireball entity going through the house.
The ball?
Yeah. He's the one who built. He's the one building this truck, Michael.
You got to paint a
I don't
ball
see
on the
it.
side of that thing.
Yeah, put a fireball on it. Yeah, you're right.
That'd be cool.
All right. So that's where I just posted it up on 47 Talk. That's the vehicle he's building. It is going to say Monster Castle Paranormal on the side of it. It's a monster truck.
Why don't you have your those little butterflies, whatever you saw in the cemetery?
Oh, the fireflies? Well, it goes in.
Yeah,
They're,
yeah.
they're just little
you should
orbs.
have those.
Basically, they're just
You should
little
have those
orbs,
on
and
the
they
truck,
turn into a big fireball.
but have them glow.
Yeah, you could have the different stages where it goes from firefly into red orb into a big fireball.
And your staff.
And have
So
some
you've
wizard
gotta-
smashing his staff. Yeah, that'd be good.
And the salt.
Well, I think it's good enough just a black truck saying Monster Castle Paranormal. I think that's cool.
Yeah, you should just keep a salt shaker on the dash there.
Yeah, we keep the holy salt with us everywhere we go, dude.
Yeah.
Throw it out the window
You
as
know.
we drive.
We keep the salt with us everywhere we go, man. I do. I always have salt in my pocket. You don't have no idea. And sage and cedar. I keep cedar, cedar little pieces of cedar.
You carry that everywhere you go?
Everywhere I go.
I'll be darned.
Just in case.
What does cedar do?
Oh, it's the same as like sage or salt. It's used the same way. It cleanses, it purifies.
Totally interchangeable. You're saying?
Yeah, you can use cedar pieces of a cedar tree, the leaves off a cedar tree, try crushing it up in your hands and smell that. How beautiful it is. Anyway, they use that as if they can't have sage, they use that. You can burn that.
Yeah, I have a bunch of cedar around here.
Yeah,
I have a
cedar
big
works
cedar
good.
stump inside. Just use it as an end table.
No, you need well, even if you only have the sawdust, it would work. It just smells nice. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I used to pick the white sage. I used to pick it up in the mountains and then bind it and then give it to the family as gifts because they would use it to cleanse their room or their house, and that stuff. I mean, it was worked really well.
Yeah.
And you said this is white sage.
White sage.
white
I used to
buffalo
pick it up
sage.
in the Sierra Bonitas mountains there in just east of San Diego.
White buffalo sage. They call it.
Yeah,
okay.
It grows wild up there.
But you can get it from any store that has the witchcraft stuff, or you can just, like I said, just go to a cedar tree and grab some leaves off the cedar tree and use that, which is free.
Yeah, I picked it free.
I choose.
You guys
free.
ever hear about the oldest living creatures, or not creatures, plants in the world? The white pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6,000 years old. They're around before the time of Christ. I always wanted to get up and see those. It's crazy.
Hey,
It's in
aren't they?
California, right?
Isn't the oldest one kind of? They don't even tell you where it's located because they don't want anybody to damage it, kind of thing.
I think so. I think there's one that's like 6,000. Most of them are about 3,500 or something like that. But yeah, they keep a close eye out on those things.
Yeah.
Google says the oldest tree is a Bristol cone pine tree in California's White Mountains. 5,000 years old.
The flat Earth heads say that the Devil's Tower is an old tree stump.
Okay.
There's the oldest.
Then what happened to the planet? It shrunk to about 1/1,000,000th of its size.
I think
because
that's
that would
where-
have to be the case.
That must be where Paul Bunyan came in. Paul Bunyan came in, he chopped that fucker down.
Okay, then what do you do with the wood? That's what I want to know.
No shit, eh?
That's a lot of
I know what I
wood.
do with my wood.
Probably used it to swat away the aliens. Get back! Get away from here! Get off my planet!
Well, with a log that big, he could wipe away entire continents.
I loved that cartoon when I was a kid. There's a Paul Bunyan cartoon that was on all the time.
Paul Bunyan! Paul Bunyan! Yeah,
One of the oldest trees is in Ontario, Canada. It's a northern white cedar. It's about 1,600 years old. I don't know
What
how
type of
close
tree?
you are. It's a northern white cedar.
Okay. I gotta
Cedars,
read
okay.
this article because it's trying to wipe it off my computer as I'm getting it up, and this is deadly. Okay.
I always have to wipe things off my computer after I get it up.
This is breaking news. This is nasty. Okay. A Syrian migrant who threw his 3 children from an upstairs window in a row with his wife about her traditional role is jailed for 15 years. That's not even good enough. This guy threw his 3 children out of a window in a rage when his wife insisted on being treated like other European women. During the trial in the German city of Bonn, an expert confirmed that the father, who could not be named under German privacy laws, is fully responsible for his actions. The shocking incident happened at a restaurant where they converted a Chinese restaurant into a refugee shelter. So he's in a shelter. He's, being helped by the government of Germany, and now he's going to abuse his wife and throw his kids out the window.
Sharia law. It's Sharia law.
Listen to this. The daughter almost died. She had fractured skull bones, fractures in her body. Oh my God! And she was 7. The 6-year-old boy had multiple fractures, severe injuries, and there was a 1-year-old tossed out that landed on the boy and thankfully had no injuries. A few bruises.
Those babies are tough.
Yeah, well, the other kids didn't make it out so well. And, he caused a scene at the trial by throwing himself on the floor of the courtroom and pulling his T-shirt over his head.
Are we talking about basketball?
No, this is one of these Syrian refugees that was, supposed to want a better life and go to a nice country. But he wants his wife to do everything he says. Apparently, he bashed her in the face several times with a cooking pot in front of the kids, telling her that she has to do what she's told and stuff and has no rights. And, okay, this is what the 6-year-old son said. If he comes home now, he will slaughter us. This is what the eldest daughter, 7-year-old, after the police interrogated her about her father. He is to live alone now and hopefully to die. That's a terrible story.
Awful story.
I had to tell you that.
Family togetherness.
There's several bonks. I like to bonk again as much as I can until his head splits open like a watermelon. I don't have the watermelon sound right now, but if I did, I would put the watermelon sound on too. He definitely deserves bonks. What a dick. And I thought my landlord was bad. I mean, if you're going to get rescued from a country, and then you're going to go to another country, you better have some manners in that new country. They just rescued you, and they're paying for everything. You don't beat your wife and throw your kids out the window. What's the matter with you, idiot? Holy shit, eh? Where do these people come from?
It's like being invited over for dinner and then complaining about the food.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they just you invite somebody over for dinner, and they come over and just kick you right in the nuts.
And tell you your kitchen stinks and whatever, Wow. Now that's just something else. I don't know. There's not much to say about that anymore, I don't think, but wow.
Well,
Anyways,
there's a lot of disturbed, um, thoughts out there in general, and some of these little civilizations got some weird things going on.
so yeah, and like I was talking about the zebrafish. The other article from Anthony is about the zebrafish. These same cells proliferate, migrate, and differentiate to form a bridge between two ends of the separated cord, providing a pathway for nerve cells to reestablish a communications link. And biologists are all working on this and trying to figure out how, and they to use this in conjunction with probably stem cells, and in order to close the gap between spinal cord injuries in humans. That's pretty cool. Hey, that is pretty cool. If they could, my uncle's a neurosurgeon, he'd be right into. I'd like to get him on the show and just have a whole show all about this. Actually,
that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him on because he had the spinal center in Ontario here. The other thing is they found out a new super peptide that will actually work alongside with antibiotics, and these suckers, they will actually kill everything. They kill viruses and everything, man. Where does it say that? I believe it had also something to do with reptiles or fish, where they found the they've engineered a new synthetic peptide called clavinin-MO, derived from a marine tunicate antimicrobial peptide, clavinin A, which exhibits potent antimicrobial and immunomodulatory properties both in vitro and in vivo, according to the study. Jeff, do you understand that?
I do.
Naturally occurring antimicrobial peptides breach the cell membranes of their targets and disrupt their insides, including their proteins, DNA, and RNA. They also recruit leukocytes.
Right, which is part of the immune system, yeah.
Yeah, chemicals to kill invading microbes, a feat that traditional antibiotics can't do. They also suppress overactive inflammatory responses that result in sepsis. So this is pretty wicked too. This is a new huge breakthrough which actually is going to stop tens of thousands of people if they do this from dying, because the antibiotics are not going to keep working, folks. The microbes are going immune to them. They're finding a way around it, and bacteria and all this. Antibiotics ain't going to work on it anymore. I use, I don't know, what do you think about this, Jeff? I use colloidal silver.
Well, there's many ways that the antibiotics actually work on the bacterias or bacterium. Sometimes they stop them from replicating and growing. It's not so common that the antibiotic actually penetrates the cell wall and ends up inside the bacteria. So that's kind of in itself is significant. They've also discovered in some tribes down in like South America where they're not exposed to people or outside people. They found that the bacteria that are present, with these people, they don't actually they don't exhibit the resistance to the antibiotics until the antibiotic is actually given to them. So it seems that the the resistance has been encoded in these bacteria, for quite a number of years. I mean, 1,000 years or so. But it's the widespread use of the antibiotics actually triggers that resistance response in the bacteria. So it's not something necessarily new. It's just the overuse of antibiotics causes, I think it kind of strengthens the bacteria's resistance to it. But the claviculin MO, that's something I haven't heard of. I'm sure since it's so new. But usually they use that in a combination of other antibiotics. What they do is that they pair them up, so it's kind of like you're attacking the bacteria on two fronts, and which is effective because if that antibiotics or that bacteria actually starts to resist one part of the antibiotic, then the other one will actually kind of come at it from the side and just stop it dead in its tracks. So that's pretty cool stuff to me. I mean, my education is in biochemistry and cell biology, so I know a little bit about it.
I'm really glad that you knew a bit about that too. And thank you. And we're going to go for our last break right now, I think. I'm going to play a little song. Oh, yeah. Called Hammer.
Oh, baby, right on.
Wait till Otis sees us! He loved us!
It feels so good to be back here at the Destilate Club. We like to do for you now a tune entitled Shamalama Ding Dong. So hit it.
If I searched this whole wide world, I never find me a girl who love me the way that you do. 'Cause you shamalama in the rama ding dong, baby. You put the ooh mama into my smile jar. Hey, that is why you are my sugar daddy. You put the shamalama, baby, ding dong. Hey, you put the ooh mama back into my smile jar. That is why you are my sugar daddy. And our love, this love we share, is stronger than the others. No one else can compare. Stronger than the highest mountain and the deepest sea. Hey, you put the shamalama, baby, in the rama ding dong. Hey, you put the ooh mama back into my smile jar. Hey,
My God, why didn't anyone tell us we were muted?
Spit it out.
We were muted.
Tell us what happened to the last.
We've been muted since the last song. And nobody told us. Oh my God, we gotta start over again.
You know, when I checked the audio a little bit earlier, I wasn't getting anything. I wasn't sure it was my computer or not, but
So what time did I do that last song at? Holy shit, we've been muted.
20 minutes. That's good radio too.
Yeah, that's really good.
Shoot.
That's pretty bad, man. Oh. I can't believe no one told me. I've been watching the feed too. Like, then I just noticed what the fucking levels are not there.
yeah, you know, I should have said something. Like I said, I checked at one point because it's better for me to hear the audio through the computer than on this phone. It sounds choppy. I can't hear you guys a lot of times, but
wow, I'm blown away. So I don't even. Everything we said after the last song, I think. Oh my! I don't even know how long. I guess
maybe you should just leave it muted.
Yeah, that's bad, man.
No one's gonna listen past the mute, anyways. Just leave it muted.
I can't believe this. I'm gonna check the chat room again and see, but I can't freaking believe this. Nobody told me. What the fuck?
Well, see, now you gotta give some kind of valuable message here in the end, so that people who actually listen through the replay and bear with all the silence, they will get a nice surprise at the end.
All right.
They'll be able to see that there's chat at the end on
Speaker. I
speaker.
don't remember what I was talking about, though. I think I rattled off a whole bunch of stuff, and it was all muted.
Well, let's finish Les's future.
Well, it just goes to show you, every time I change my studio format, it makes me have to learn it all over again, and it sucks.
How often do you change it?
Improving it for sound quality and capability. So now I'm able to take more calls, and people, when they call in, oh, the sound effects were working, but no other audio. Finally. Okay, that was 250. So okay, that was maybe only 3 minutes. Maybe I hit a button by accident there.
We'll find out.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it was right before Wes is reading.
Okay, I'm going to start all over in case, because I'm going to do your reading all over again from the start.
Oh, fresh. Yeah, I like a fresh start. Because you were like going down the, Hell's Canyon there.
Okay. The preference for ritual, creed, and other forms of religion. Bondage to the conventions of society. Need to conform. Need to be socially approved. That's your past. You had the feeling that you should maybe join a group of some sort.
Were you in a cult?
Maybe join a group.
What's that?
Did you feel?
Were you in a cult or something?
Feel like you had to conform to a group?
I am not in a cult.
You don't do
does
like
DM talk a cult?
Have you ever like, sacrificially
in the past
ritually sacrificed any cats or anything?
No ritual sacrifices either. Every once in a while I do burn a bonfire, but I don't throw any animals on top of it or humans.
Okay, so
or wolves.
Right, I believe that.
What about ant people or insectoids?
You know what? If you throw in an occasional insect, that's okay.
I don't know if we have much time left. We better hurry.
Okay, the next card is the Ten of Pentacles. An established family of material prosperity and lineage, gain, riches, family matters, inheritance may refer to money spent on a house or property. So you maybe have some money or something and you bought a house recently or something?
Hey, think about moving here pretty soon.
Started a new business maybe?
No, moving, like selling and moving to another part of the country. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you might have hit that one on the money. So that's present,
card.
Right?
Okay.
Or is it future? Which one is it?
That is present.
Yeah, it applies.
Okay.
I'll give it a ding on that. You know.
Next card. Choice between diverse allurements. The struggle between sacred and profane love, attraction, beauty, harmony, and the inner and outer life. The power of choice means responsibility. Now, you're going to meet somebody and you're going to wonder. Now, what it shows here is you're both naked in front of clouds and there's a mountain behind you and there's some angel over top of you. I wouldn't want him watching what you're going to do next. I would tell the angel to fuck off.
That's freaking awesome.
All right?
Yeah. Well, I think the lesson here is watch what you drink.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a great future.
Well, it's better than the first round, you know? Yeah, that was pretty ugly. I was thinking, like, yeah, get a new deck there or something, you know?
We never did find out what your old future was, but I like.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want
it.
We don't want to know, you know? It's gonna all end now. We can do another show if you want. I don't know if Yuck's gonna come on. Maybe Yuck Nasty will come on, and we'll do another show after this on his channel. Sometimes we do that on Friday nights.
You could do the drunk show, the Yuck and Wolfman drunk show.
Yeah,
that's funny when you guys are on together, just you two.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. I like to thank you guys especially.
Hey, always a pleasure.
It was.
You guys take care.
And thanks for phoning in. You're welcome anytime, Les. Les W from DM Talk, everybody.
Woo!
Yeah, Les W, DM Talk. We love you, man.
Thanks, we love you too.
No bonks for you. You're good. Only for Hillary and who's that other guy? The guy who threw his kids out the window.
Yeah, no kidding. How much time we got?
It's ending in 1 minute, brother.
I'll play a little song.
Oh, I got some weird sound effects going on.
I hear music going already.
Yeah, there's strange sound effects coming in. Good night, everyone, and from the Monster Castle Paranormal. Thanks for listening, everyone. Sorry about the sound trouble. We'll get it right one day. There is monsters